welcome to art class number 3 at the Harlingen Public Library. This is our third class online, and we're going to be looking at the style of Pointillism that was developed by Seurat. So if you want more information on Seurat, you can go ahead and look in the comments section, and there's a full info packet with some vocabulary and information about his life. The Pointillism style is made up of little dots, so we're going to be using the Q-tip today to make all the little dots. And when you're doing this, the point is to not mix the colors outside of putting them on the painting. So we're not going to mix any colors in the palette. We're just going to stick with the colors that we have, and we're going to apply them. So I'm using my piggy bank as a model. So I have him sitting down in front here so I can look at the colors, and then I already have the image pre-drawn. You can use a coloring page. If you're using markers and paper, it would be even easier, but if you have canvas at home, it's always fun to work with canvas. So we'll get started. I'm going to start with the orange head area, so we're just going to put dots following the lines that I've already made. Now, the pig itself is a little bit orangey red, so eventually we're going to mix some red into this orange. And we'll re-put on his eyebrows because they're pretty on point. So this method is going to take a really long time, but it'll fill up a good amount of your day if you're looking for something to do. I think that having an art project is a great way to fill the day because it's fun and also productive and very learning oriented. If you combine it with the little art history lesson, you almost have a full day of classes there. All you have to do is add in some way to do a math class. So I'm going to fill it all in with orange dots first, which is going to take longer than I realized. So Seurat developed this style after reading scientific articles about color theory that emerged during the Industrial Revolution. So he thought that the best way to mix colors wasn't on a palette, but with your eyes. So it was made so that if you stood far away, then the colors would seem to be blended without them actually being that way. So some interesting ideas on color theory. A lot of dots. In one of Seurat's paintings, the Sunday afternoon on Les Grands, I can't remember the exact name, but it has over 3 million dots, and it's about 7 feet tall. So imagine how long that took. I mean, I'm doing like 100 dots, and it's taking forever. And there's his tail. So that's all the orange I'm going to do. So I'm going to switch sides on the Q-tip and use both sides and put in the red dots now. And we can also use the red dots to emphasize areas like the ears. to do a little bit of work to distinguish those two. Okay, so I'm going to do the brighter green first. So I'm going to add the yellow into these sections to give it the illusion of being a brighter green. This is another one that you can adapt to different age levels. So if your kids aren't quite up to using a paintbrush or making the dots with the Q-tip, you can go ahead and use finger paints and it'll get the same effect. It actually might be cooler that way. Who knows? Now we're going to move on to the turquoisey green. So I'm going to get the blue. And it's not going to make a perfect turquoise because of the kind of blue that I have, but it'll get it more of that greeny blue color in. Okay, so we have the pig all finished and colored in. And now we're going to do the background area. You can use any color you want. To accent the pig the best, you should use the complementary colors. So here you're going to want to use a blue maybe. Here you're going to want orange. Where there's a lot of purple, you might put some red in. So just wherever there's a color, accent it with the color that complements it the best. So we're just going to go ahead and fill this in. If you have any questions on the project while you're working on it or before you start, go ahead and send us an email at youth@harlingenlibrary.com and we'll get back to your answer hopefully within a couple hours, but if everyone's off, then within a day or so, and we can help you out with any problems you've been having. We miss seeing y'all in person, so it's good to hear from you online. We also have a lot of other activities going on this month, so we're starting to post those all this weekend, maybe a little earlier, and you can go into our website or our library Facebook page and access the information about all the little at-home activities we have for you. A great one to do is story time every Tuesday morning. It's really fun. Erin goes ahead and reads to the kids and sings songs with them all over Facebook live stream. So it's really fun to tune into that. Okay, now that we have all the kind of colors bordered out, we're just going to start adding different colors in to the other sides. So at this point, you can just kind of go crazy with dots all over the place. All right, so that is pretty much all filled in. So we're gonna let it dry for a little bit so we can take off the paint, and I need to go wash my hands. All right, now it's dry enough that we can take off the tape and do the final step. So we're just gonna pull the tape off. Hopefully the paint won't run too much. It's my first sketch of the pig. Okay, so we have a little bit of running, but it's not too bad. So another cool thing about Seurat is he didn't like to put his paintings inside of a big frame because he thought that the frame itself would cast a strange shadow on the painting. So what he did was he kind of painted on a frame with a darker color on the outside. So I'm going to do it in black just because that will cover up any of the little smear marks that came off. So it just frames the painting with paint itself instead of having a external frame, which I think is a kind of cool idea because sometimes it does take away from the painting when the frame casts a shadow across it. Alright, now that we have all the black filled in, I'm just going to put in dots of color where there are white spots. Try not to mix it too much because the black will overpower any other color you put on if you mix them. Alright, now once you've finished, you have your Seurat inspired painting complete. So good job. If you want to share your pictures with us, we would love to see what you've worked on. And if you have any suggestions on an art project to work on, we'd love to hear those too. We miss seeing you all, so it's good to hear from you. Enjoy your day, wash your hands, stay safe, and enjoy this time you get to be at home with your family. Have a great day. Bye.